Good day, everybody. This is Yin Yang in California with Morsels of a Thought number 1649. I've come these many days to you in advance to bring you some joy so that you can have a great day. I take morsels of a thought. Take morsels of a thought of wisdom borrowed from other people, and we are trying to impart some good knowledge around town. We do the things we set an example. We don't tell people what to do. In the Rules Handbook by Ellen Fein and Sherrie Schneider, a guide to creating loving and lasting relationships, we are going to talk about today about how to relax and be yourself. Relax and be yourself. The rules are not just about dating, but for every area of your life. When we do phone consultations, we ask clients about their family of origin, current relationship, and work challenges, their diet and exercise habits, what they believe and don't believe is possible for themselves, their faith, goals, and dreams, and what they like to do in their free time. The more we know about what makes the client tick, the more we can help her become her best self, her higher self, instead of her lower self. You know I'm laughing because I'm satisfying my lower self with thinking of things that I can do as a lower self, but I can't do them because I have to do higher self behavior. And you know I want to do that lower self behavior, don't you? And you do too. Oh my God. Yeah. When a client makes negative or self defeating comments like, I'm terrible with men, I hate online dating, or I don't have time to go to bars, the gym, hike, or take up a social sport like tennis, we advise her to change her limiting belief system. Believing you can do something starts in your mind. It's mind over matter in most cases, as long as it's followed up by action. Believing you can get married, lose weight, get fit, take up hobbies, enjoy life, and get out of your rut is essential for change. The same self control that goes into not calling or texting men can apply to going to the gym, getting organized, and getting a promotion, and all the things you want for yourself. Why be alone when you can have a loving partner? Why be unhealthy when you can be fit? That's important. Yin Yang is going to pause to say that during a telephone call, the authors were on the call and they said that you really want to keep the weight off to stay attractive to your husband. Uh, so it is a high priority to keep your weight off. That's just to know. It's just to know. It's okay for him to see you in curlers. It's okay to see him brush your teeth, but keep the weight off. That was the message that we got that day from the authors. Okay, Yin Yang's finished. Why be unhealthy when you can be fit, say the authors? Why live in chaos when you can be organized? Only when you decide you want to get married and be fit, successful, and organized will your actions match your goals. Women who say one thing and do another won't get results. Pump yourself up, but also move your muscles. Gotta go to the gym, gotta go to the gym, gotta go to the gym, gotta go to the gym. I gotta start again. Week 1, relax and be yourself. Your Rules Weekly Pep Talk. You don't have to be perfect to be loved, cherished, and respected. There is a love match out there in the world for everyone. The more you relax and go with the flow of dating and meeting potential dates, the more chances you will find someone to share your life with you. You just have to do the best you can and let your higher self lead you on this exciting dating journey. It's hard to do your higher self. In fact, in the first book, they say doing the rules can be excruciating. And doing the rules is actually being your higher self. Squawk, squawk, squawk. People say my voice is very high pitched. I hope it isn't unpleasant. Well, some people wonder, are the rules about playing hard to get? When you are ambivalent in your dating life, you may seem like you are, quote, playing hard to get, end quote, but you're being hard to get, end quote. You say to tomato, I say tomato. Uh, the truth is, you're being hard to get when you have self esteem, are busy, and have a lot going on. You are playing hard to get when you are insecure. This week, focus on accepting yourself as you are and not letting these philosophical debates deter you from practicing the rules. It is time to go out into the world and shine so that your soulmate falls in love with you. Isn't that cute? That's very cute. Relax and be yourself. Daily rules. This would have been day 127. Everybody's on a different day. Everybody's reading the handbook. So I'm going to read day 127. If you have the book yourself, read the day by day messages. This would have been a Monday. You don't have to be perfect today. Today is actually Tuesday. You don't have to be perfect to date. Many women feel inadequate, too short or too tall, too young or too old, not at goal weight, unemployed, depressed or damaged, busy, newly single or divorced, or fill in the blank to date. They say, I need to get my finances in order first, or I need to love myself first, or I need to get in shape before I get into a relationship. Sometimes friends or therapists suggest you take a year off from dating to do inner work. We disagree. The best time to date is now. We advise women to find themselves, do yoga, and have fun with friends in addition to dating. We are reading The Rules Handbook, a guide to creating loving and lasting relationships by Fein and Sherrie Schneider. We are reading on TR Tuesday. This is TR Tuesday. We also have a TR Thursday. This is Morsels of a Thought, number 1649. I impart stuff to you to get you to have, to inspire you to have a great day, to know what to do, because knowing what to do is a form of wisdom, and doing it is an act of virtue. We're bringing more virtue into the world, and all these people that I'm reading to you are aligned with that fact. Day 128, anxiety reduction. This would have been a Tuesday. Let's face it, dating can be anxiety producing for most women. Does he like me? Will I ever hear from him again? Do we have a date for this weekend? Is he dating anyone else? With the rules, you know exactly where you started. If you don't hear from him by Wednesday for Saturday night, he's not interested, and you make other plans. You're not a nervous wreck waiting until Saturday afternoon or Saturday night to find out, nor do you shoot him a text, nor do you shoot him a text to ask, what's up for the weekend? Or, I thought we had a conversation. You have standards and self-esteem. You're not thirsty. Day 129, stay in your power. Stay in your power. Whether you do the rules perfectly, sometimes, or once in a while, Try to capture the rules attitude when you are on your dating journey. So if you make a mistake by hooking up or being overly aggressive or talkative on the first date, end the date first and act nonchalant, not clingy, and don't ask when you are going to see him again. Adjust and spend more time with friends. If you have 2 tickets to a show, take your mother or your friend, not a new guy. If you've gotten into the bad habit of texting him a lot lately, text less and make sure you write fewer words than he does. Literally, count the number of words in his text. How's work going? That's 3 words. Therefore, respond with 1 word. Good. If you're always the one hugging him first, wait for him to hug you. It won't be easy, but we have faith you can do it. That's why you're reading this book. Day 130. You're still you. There is a reason why the rules are about not pursuing men or being too available. It's not about pretending to be someone else or changing your essence. If you love fashion and traveling and your Instagram account reflects that, don't think you have to delete those photos or to date a guy who is more down to earth. He either likes you with your penchant for Chanel bags and Eiffel Tower poses, or he doesn't. If he thinks you're high maintenance, then he's not for you. A, a supermodel, influencer, or best selling author cannot hide her identity. He can Google it. You want a loving person who likes whoever you are. I come from fame, so I'm a little familiar with what happens. And you can go overboard, so don't go overboard and use secrecy. But I have a friend who is a celebrity, and she has to do several different things. She has to think of things ahead of the rules so that she can do the rules rightly. Anyway, day through 131. Follow the formula. You don't have to be the prettiest or the smartest girl to catch a guy. You just have to follow the rules. When you are being hard to get and not jumping over hoops to please your date, you are a challenge to win. So be a challenge. Don't call or text men first and don't ask them out. The rules are a way of acting around dates that makes them more interested and even obsessed with you. We believe in the natural order of things. It goes back to the cave dweller period, which is that love works best when men pursue women. They didn't say that. Ha ha part. They said everything, but not the ha 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 ha. Day 132. Being versus playing. A celebrity talk show host who interviewed us said she believed in being, quote unquote, hard to get, not playing, quote unquote, hard to get. That makes sense when you're genuinely busy. But what if you're employed or broke your leg and have all the time in the world? Then we believe you should at least take on a rules girl persona, capital R, capital G, and not be so available. So, for example, if a date asks you out for the same night and you have nothing going on, you still have to say, no, I'm not available. Because it's last minute whether or not you have plans. If they ask you to go on a week-long trip, you still have to say, I'm not able to get away, even though you can. You have a life and can't drop everything you're doing or not doing just because someone asks you to. A lot of women, I think, I'm going to mention, I do believe a lot of women have trouble with this part. We really often will drop everything because women are used to raising, some women who are mothers with young children are used to having things to do and drop the most important things to do in order to catch the kid from a fall, or wipe up the plum juice from the white carpet after doing the dishes, and you're in the middle of vacuuming and the shampooer needs to be brought out. Things like that happen. So women are kind of conditioned to drop things, whatever they're doing in order to accommodate somebody who gives them an interruption. However, in the rules handbook, if they ask you out on a week-long trip, you still have to say, I'm not able to get away, even though you can. You have a life and you can't drop everything you're doing or not doing. Just because someone asks you to, what you're doing or not doing. You can be not doing at home. Yeah, it's true. This is Morsels of a Thought number 1649. I have been here since January 2nd of 2021, and we've been doing this every day in a row since. And I got started by a young man named Duc Vuong, who was a retired bariatric surgeon at the time. And he challenged me and the rest of the group to go online every day in May, or some day, some month in 2020, some month in 2020. And so January 2nd was my day that I started. January 1st, I thought I wasn't going to do it. So that's why I started it January 2nd. Anyway, so I'm hoping morsels of a thought of wisdom will help you get yourself into a good mood and have a good day every day. Okay. No fear of missing out. Back to the authors. Day 133. Ellen, Fein, and Sherrie Schneider say you have no fear of missing out. When you genuinely like yourself, are led by your higher self, and operate in faith, you are in your power. Your power is limited when you are led by your lower self and you experience anxiety, scarcity, and low self-worth. Fear of missing out, FOMO, refers to the feeling that they didn't say FOMO, I said it, refers to the feeling that everyone is having more fun than you. And then they said that FOMO is when you compare yourself to everyone on social media, where everyone seems to have picture perfect relationships, vacations, walks with their dogs, and other breathtaking thoughts and experiences. Why engage in something that makes you feel bad? In a form of self-sabotage, it is a form of self-sabotage and insanity. Don't follow or hunt down people on social media, because it will encourage your lower self feelings such as envy and self-pity. Follow your higher self, not FOMO. Not FOMO. Okay, so in this part, we apply the rules to achieve your higher self. Relax and be yourself. Number 1, when you think about whether you're going to hear from a guy, think about what you really need to do at that moment. Work, laundry, exercise, and do it. Honestly, in your own life, you have a way. If you have absolutely nothing left because you've absolutely finished all your tasks, then sit down and think about how to create a income business for yourself to get another stream of income. That's a good idea. Just try it. Or think about where you might want to put your efforts in and volunteer, even if it's to sit in a wheelchair and watch a gate at a table, at a movie theater or something. Watch that gate. It's just 2 poles, and you watch, you sit there, and you prevent people from going through because it is only for people going out. You see, you can think of something else to do. So that is what they're saying. Don't just drop everything, okay? Number 2, if someone wants to debate whether the rules is a game or not, run the other way. It's hard enough to do the rules. Don't make it harder by talking to naysayers. We had a woman who really, really didn't want to do the rules, but found that the rules telephone support group called by Edna McIntosh was a good place for her to vent her feelings. And so she was on the call for many months. And one day she got not married, but she got pregnant and wanted to have a child on her own. And she said, I'm not going to do it with a partner, and the rules don't actually work for me. Well, Edna McIntosh was livid, and at the same time, they ended this woman's membership on the call. It was amazing. You can get into, I mean, this woman did it for months, and still argued against it. So remember, if you have the rules, you want to do the rules, don't associate with such persons, or if you do associate with them, don't take their dating advice. Don't take their life advice if you don't feel like that's your type of life. Number 3, try not to post too much on social media so that he doesn't know everything about you so easily. Mystery, mystery. He has to ask you out to find out more. Oh boy, if you could ever. Oh boy. People are always saying, they asked me this, they asked me that, they asked me this, they asked me that. And it's on the web, it's on the call, it's in real life. They're saying, oh, he asked me how many children I have. It Those are date conversation questions. So you have to duck the question and answer whatever else he's got. You don't answer every question. If he's got 10 questions, answer one of them and just say you're doing great and end it at that. That's the whole point of doing less than he does and counting the words, in the text. You have to count the words that he uses and use less than that. Okay, so I wanted to go to creating a dating plan. No, that's not the one. Ground rules. Thank you. I wanted to go to ground rules for dating. I'll read your Rules Weekly Pep Talk for that one as well. Knowing and following the rules are two totally different steps, and you have to learn both well in order to eventually succeed at finding your lifelong partner. These secrets are key to reaching success in creating happy and healthy relationships. We believe in you and know you can do it. When we ask clients who spoke to whom first or who ended the relationship, some reply, oh, it was mutual. That's impossible. Someone has to speak to someone first, and someone has to initiate the breakup. Trying to pretend that men and women are romantically similar in how they date is delusional and naive. Men are hunters, and women are gatherers. Men are quiet, hunting out in the forest or playing on the golf course, and women are talkative, even in a yoga class where you're not supposed to talk. Times may be very different, but so many of our innate male and female instincts are still ingrained in us. We can't I can't focus. I can't. I. Jesus Christ. I can't emphasize this enough that we have our automatic thoughts, our automatic reflexes, automatic reflex responses. We have our automatic default beliefs, and girls are conditioned a certain way and boys are conditioned a certain way. The truth is, the men generally are hunters, and the truth is that women generally are the gatherers. So I will see you again later on, and I hope you have a great day. Okay, old Kitterhook.